things, okay? I have accumulated all of my curriculum and the things that I believe in either through Nick Saban, James Franklin, Chris Petersen, or myself, okay? So when you think of those names, you're thinking of some of the best coaches in college football history that are up there, okay? I have made it all my own. These are my words, for sure. I just want you guys to understand where it's coming from. It's not just me pontificating. This is years. I say for you guys, how lucky are you guys to have YouTube, dude? Seriously. If I wanted to learn how to shoot a basketball properly back in the day, how'd I do that? Go ask my dad? Go ask my dad? Hope that my high school coach knows how to shoot a basketball? Now you can literally go watch Steph Curry and Damian Lillard shooting in the gym and talking about it. It's an incredible resource for you guys that's there. So when people ask me like, damn, coach, you really think like you're the best quarterback coach in the country? You're damn right I do. You're damn right I do. You know why? Because I've studied everybody, bro, that's come before me. Everybody. And now it's my job to keep going before one of your guys' asses is a better quarterback coach than I am. Like, that's the deal. But as you look at this, it's not just a cool, cute little PowerPoint presentation that Austin put together. There's years of history of other guys doing the work, years of history of me doing the work, then me implementing it with you guys and seeing, is this exactly what I think it is? Making adjustments. You guys are so lucky to be a part of Locked In. I mean, for many reasons, and we're lucky to have you too. But one of the main reasons is like, you don't have to go through it yourself. Like kids had to go through a whole career and a whole not feeling right to then go on a quest to figure something out that no one's figured out because he didn't learn it from anybody. Like, and now he gets to teach it to you guys in less than half a year. How lucky are you guys? So as you look at this stuff, it's not just light stuff to talk about. There's power behind every word. Because I could also go, quarterback expectations, dude? You know the quarterback expectations that I got in college? It's a book. Like 20 pages. That's 20 pages right there. 20 pages right there. Our expectations, be the example in everything you do. The example in everything you do. Best work ethic in the building. First in, last out. That last part is something that I kind of put quotes around. Do you have to be the first in and the last out? Not necessarily, but that's the standard. That's the standard. Like, and the reason that I say that is because I'm not in the spirit of working just to work. I want to be efficient as well. Okay? If we're the first in at 4 in the morning every day and we're the last out at 11 p.m. every night, when do you sleep? You know what I mean? So little quotes around that, but like best work ethic in the building, for sure. Full knowledge of the position and the offense. We're going to talk about confidence extensively tonight. But at the foundation of confidence as a quarterback is knowing I can do all things. Knowing that there's nothing you can present to me that I don't know. Whether that's a blitz, whether that's cover 2, whether that's my offensive concept, whether that's my footwork, whether that's when I have to take on a linebacker from Georgia that's 6'3", 240, and I have to meet him in the hole knowing I'm not going to die. Like, all of it. All of it. It all matters. Great competitor. School, film, weight room, football. Notice I didn't say great grades. Okay? Does getting good grades matter to me? You're damn right. Did I get good grades? Damn right. But we all have different aptitudes and intellect levels. Like, I want effort. I want competitive temperament. I want intention behind everything you're doing. Everything you're doing. Have a positive attitude with integrity at all times. Have a positive attitude with integrity at all times. Okay? I'm not talking about being full of shit. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being anchored in gratitude. Anchored in gratitude. Knowing, one of my favorite quotes in my life, right? Your worst day is someone else's best. Your worst day is someone else's best. So whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're struggling with, like, I want you to put in perspective, as I use all the time, this is a classic example, because I saw a picture during this presentation of 6 little African children overseas in Africa, right? And they were drinking dirty water out of a puddle, and they were all smiling and like splashing each other with it in the picture. And I was just like, holy shit. Holy shit. What am I complaining about again? What am I complaining about? It's genuine. You can see it. You can see it on their face, bro. You can see it. You can see it. Number 2, connect with your teammates. Selfless service. Connecting with your teammates. Selfless service. To me, connection with teammates just comes down to caring about them. That was one of the things for me that I know was a superhero trait of mine. A superhero trait of mine was I knew that Jordan Matthews, an All-American receiver, didn't need me to walk up to him in the locker room and ask him how he's doing. We were boys. Don't get it twisted. But you know who needed me? Was the walk-on that's in our locker room. Doesn't have a lot of friends. Kind of just got stapled during workouts and is struggling and is sitting in his locker, and the starting quarterback comes up to him and goes, John, how you doing, bro? How you doing? Literally looks at you kind of like in awe. Like, what are you? Austin, what? Yeah, I'm just a normal dude like you, bro. Just a normal dude like you. So, I mean, when you talk about connecting with your teammates, it's caring about your teammates. Caring about your teammates. And Alden, remember we had that conversation too about some of your teammates where it's like, dude, some of them may not want to talk to you. Still your job to break that wall down. There's always a way. There's always a way. Always a way. Because behind the shell of every human being is something that they're struggling with that you're struggling with too. There is that connection. When I write up your answers later today on the board, like, I'm not going to put your name next to it, but you're going to see themes where you're like, dude, yeah, 6 or 7 of us are going through the same shit. That's the point. Connect with people. Be genuine, be honest, be authentic, yourself, be a leader. Pay attention to your teammates. Listen, provide help. Be persistent. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. When I got to Wyoming, my objective, my goal was to start as a true freshman. When I got there, first week that I got there, in the newspaper, I was the highest recruit in the history of that school. And it said, he says he wants to be the starting quarterback this fall. How do you think all those seniors and juniors and sophomores felt at that school, me saying that I was going to be their starting quarterback, right? They didn't treat me very well. They didn't treat me very well. But I never said anything negative about them. I just said I wanted to be the starting quarterback, right? Kept doing me, kept doing me, kept doing me. I went from bullied to being respected to the level that our starting center walked up to my dad and shook his hand after the 4th game of the season and said, we're going to do some special things this year. And that guy was one of the guys who mistreated me for most of the summer. Kill him with kindness. Stay through it. Consistently produce. It's probably the one that people forget the most. Well, I throw better in practice. Like, I'm looking better at this. I'm better at this. Are the chains moving? Are the chains moving? Okay, in competition, it's one of the things we'll talk about tonight in terms of coming back off of a tough thing in a game. We'll talk about it way more extensively. But I think the first one is, instead of thinking about you, why don't you think about the next first down, bro, for your team. For your team. Because we can get lost real quick in our own dome about what we got going on. Very simple. Are we producing? Are we producing? It's a results-based sport. The offense must move the chains and score points, protect the football, and manage situational football. We'll get into that in a second. Be poised amidst chaos, mental and physical toughness, not affected by success or failure. Fido, forget it, drive on. Forget it, drive on. Okay? I'll talk about that more extensively as well, because I don't want you to just, men in black, white screen, ching, and forget everything, because you have to learn from it. But the point is, I'm not going to let the same mistake beat me twice. I'm not going to let the same mistake beat me twice. I'm going to make the adjustment. Protect both your brain and your body with healthy habits. Healthy habits. And we'll open up questions for you guys later on tonight. But Want to make sure any ways that you can optimize. Look at us. Look at that guy. Look at me, Hannah. Look at Coach KJ. It's like we take care of ourselves, bro. It's taking time and a lot of learning to be able to do it this efficiently. If I were you guys, I'd go look in our cabinets. What do these guys got? What kind of foods are they eating? What does it look like in here? There's a lot to take there. If your actions inspire others to dream more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. You are a leader. I would like to think that my life is very reflective of exactly that, and I can say I have put others before myself, almost to a fault, if that exists. Almost to a fault, if that exists. But I get to do this. I get to do this. Okay, quarterback intangible checklist, just a quick rundown. Has great energy with a positive attitude at all times, a leader in everything you do, school, football, academics, aware of both your strengths and weaknesses. I've talked to you guys about it, you've probably forgotten at this point, but your greatest strength is your greatest weakness. So for me, fairly insecure, worried about what other people thought of me. Well, the reason that I felt that way was because I can feel all you right now. I can tell who's paying attention. I can tell who's not. I can tell who looks at me and goes, oh, this is not important. And who's looking at me going, yeah, this dude's done it, bro. I'm going to shut up and listen for a second. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay? Because of that, I have an unbelievable ability to lead, to public speak, to do all of these things because I can feel everything. But that was also the same reason why I was insecure. Because not everybody's going to love you, dude. Not everybody's going to love you. You're going to feel that. You're going to feel that. Okay? That's just my example. That's just my example. Many have, KJ could tell you, like, his curiosity, all the questions and getting to answers and all of these things. It's driven him to be one of the most special performers in anything he chooses to do. Anything he chooses to do. It also complicates everything because it's never fully like right? Whereas my dumbass is just like ignorant. Let's go. Kid is like, nah, I don't feel comfortable with this. Greatest strength, greatest weakness. Greatest strength, greatest weakness. Know that about yourself. Vulnerable and willing to help me help you. Vulnerable and willing to help me help you. Okay? You gotta have somebody in your corner that you trust, that you can open up and talk about what you're going through or what you're feeling. You have to. You have to. If you try to do this all by yourself, and trust me, God goes a long way, but you need someone face to face to talk back to you, that knows you, that can help you. And think of how cool this trip has been. Just because we're all actually talking to each other. We're all actually talking to each other, actually getting to know each other. Like, how often does that happen? Very rare. Very rare. So learn from that. Open. Honest with yourself, your coaches, and your teammates. Out-prepare every quarterback in the country. Be a true student of the game. You can't want to play quarterback and not want to study football. You can't. Because if you want to play this game with joy and play the position the right way, you have to have that level of aptitude. You have to have that level of aptitude. You think I just spoke this way when I was born? Like, no, bro. I've spoken in front of audiences of gigantic crowds my whole life, dude. It's pretty easy to command a room of 10 guys. Just the work. It's the work with that. But wanting to do that. Never take coaching personally and are coachable. Okay, never taking coaching personally to me is extremely important, especially for your generation. We will talk about your generation later. I'm not saying this about you guys, but your generation is soft. Okay? And by soft, I can say it as sensitive. Sensitive. Okay, what I would tell all the quarterbacks in my room is I'm coaching the number, not the name. Off the field, fuck yeah, I'm talking to you. On the field, bro, I don't give a shit if it's John, Troy, Brody, or Alton. It doesn't matter to me. I have a standard, and I know what the standard is. So when I'm ripping your ass out on the field, it's not because it's Alton Dahl. That's not why. It's because Alton Dahl just fucked up. Got me? Just like I would treat any of you guys. So it's very easy to get into the world of thinking that your coach has a bone to pick with you. Like, I prefer, it's not healthy to look at it like that way. It's not healthy. Lives with healthy habits on and off the field, sacrifices things the common man will not, makes others better around them. I think that is one of the most underrated parts of this position. Makes others around them better. Okay, something that I can say from personal experience was the relationships that I created with my teammates made it so that when I was in the huddle, I knew they gave a shit about protecting me. I knew it. And I watched the same guys with other guys not feel that way. So it's those relationships that matter in those moments. You want to know why a guy takes the field and all of a sudden it's a jolt of energy into the team? It's that. It's typically that. Okay? Football's a game. Never forget it. Never forget it. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. Bring the joy you had when you started playing to the facility every day with you. It's a lot harder said than done, that's for damn sure. But if you remember, like, Any Given Sunday was a really cool movie with Jamie Foxx in it, and like he's really struggling and he's in his head on the field, and then his coach comes over and like tells him to breathe, and he's like, when did you start playing, bro? Like, when did you start fall in love with football? And he was like, Coach, I fell in love with football throwing out in the street with my friends. And he was like, I would tell my friend, like, run as fast as you can past the Buick, like down the street. And he would throw the ball up over the Buick and the guy would go catch it, right? And he was like, good, well then just take the field. And he's like, throw it past the Buick. Like, throw it past the Buick. And it's like remembering why you started. Because shit's hard. And it gets heavy. A lot of people's opinions on you, a lot of people all that, like, it gets heavy. So keep it light. Okay, this one I think can make an immediate difference in your game now. Okay, quarterback down and distance objective. First down. All we want is a positive momentum play. That's it. That's it. Okay? Positive momentum play to get ahead of the sticks. The goal of first down is 4 yards. It's 4 yards. Okay? The big thing is I don't want to take a loss on first down. I have more downs. Okay? Start the drive, be prepared for any defense, no momentum of the situation. If after a conversion, anticipate a reaction from the defense, potential increase in pressure. But what I want you to remember is that the objective on first down is to have a positive play. We'd love for it to be 4 yards, but we do not want it to be anything negative. Obviously, it goes without saying, but it's going to start to make more sense as you get into it, especially with second down. Second down, create a manageable third down situation. The goal is to get half the distance, okay? So this is an example from my career that I think would really, really help you. First down, I drop back to pass. I get sacked, okay? It is 2nd and 16. 2nd and 16. I now have a streak, a quick out, a deep over, and a dig on the next play, on second down, right? Quick out's wide open, and I don't throw it. The reason I don't throw it is because I just got sacked and I'm trying to get 16 yards. So I throw the over, gets batted down or picked, or I go back to the dig to try to get 14 and it gets batted down or picked. I make the wrong decision because I want all of it. It's 2nd and 16, get us to 3rd and 8. Dude. Get us to 3rd and 8. It changes the way you play mentally in those situations. Okay, on first down, if I have a ball that's kind of open on that dig, kind of on first down in that situation, take a check down, bro. 3 yards, 4 yards, good shit. We get sacked on first down, now it's second down, give me half the distance, bro. Create a manageable situation on third down. Now, third down obviously is to convert. So second down is the one where I think it would really, really make a difference for you. It's because you guys all know the feeling of first down sack. what that feels like. It's like, shit, I got to get back on track, dude. I got to make this happen. Is going to make you do something you shouldn't do. So it's a way on second down to kind of check myself logically to bring myself back. Understanding field zones, okay? I don't need you to go in deep detail on this. I just want you guys to understand the way that coaches think with this. Okay, the way that coaches think. So like, coming out means that we start with the ball on our own 1 yard line to 9 yard line, okay? That's coming out. The percentage of you scoring on that drive is something like 6%. It's less than 7%. I know that, okay? If we start in the minus territory, the minus 10 to the minus 49, it shoots up to almost 30%. If we start 50 or across the 50, we're now over 50%. The reason that I'm telling you this is field position matters. And when I was young, I didn't really think of that at all. But you want to know why your coach is super pissed that you didn't take the check down when you guys were on your own 5 yard line? Because now your punter is standing on the back of the end zone as he catches this thing. Might get blocked. If he gets it off, dude's probably going to catch it at like the 38 yard line in your territory. If you took the check down, that punter's on the 1, and now he boots that shit across the 50. And now they start in here instead of starting there or there. Your coach thinks about it through a percentage lens. Great coaches, that's how they think. That's how they think. That's why they're so on your ass. You think it's one little thing. Coach, like we almost had it, but we weren't going to get the first down anyway. No, it's the wrong answer, dude. It's going to get you ripped. Okay, the other significance of this is know a defense's philosophy. Okay, when you're on your side of the 50, they may play tight inside your own 10 because they have a chance to potentially get a safety. But after you cross the 10 yard line, dude, from the 10 all the way to the 50, they're going to play base defense for the most part. Some defense still being pressure, but they're going to play base defense. You cross the 50 yard line and you get anywhere near the 35, what comes when you start crossing the 35 yard line? Not defense. What happens when I cross the 30 yard line? I'm now in, yeah, but that means field goal range. Defenses know that too. So when you cross the 50 yard line, they want to take your ass out of it. They want to push you back. So here, I'm going to get a lot of base defense. When I cross the 50, they're going to play tight to me because they do not want to get me inside the 35. When I get inside the 35, now I'm in field goal range. They're coming to knock my ass out of field goal range. Right? Uptick in pressure. Uptick in pressure. You get down inside the 20 yard line, you get down to the 10 yard line. Shit, Colton can tell you, KJ can tell you, Anna can tell you, I can tell you, cover 0 or cover 1. Heavy man, lots of pressure. Right? Because now you only have, when you're on the 5 yard line, you only have 15 yards to work with. So yeah, man him up, dude. Go get his ass. Just, again, understanding that this matters to your coach, matters to your coach, and understanding just what a defensive philosophy is as you inch your way down the field. Okay, game week preparation, I just want to show you this. This is what we did in college. This is what I did with Drew Lock and the boys. I think what I do is better than anyone in the country. Shocker. Okay? But as you go through it, yeah, I'll send any of this to you too. What's that?
Get back to pen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mine just died.
You're good. Leave it here. Okay, so when you look at this, again, you guys play on Fridays for the most part in here. You guys play on Fridays. We play on Saturdays. So it's a little bit different. So you can move everything up a day. Okay? But anyway, I'm gonna go like we're in college. So college, the day after the game, Sunday, I'm gonna review the game from the previous week. Okay? I'm gonna watch a cut up with the coach if I have one. Okay, that would be the equivalent of watching your mistakes. Okay? You're going to get to know your opponent for the week. Okay? I obviously am into psychology big time. Okay? I use this example, which I do believe is a very powerful example. When I was playing at Vanderbilt, we had the number 12 defense in the country. They were really, really good. Really, really good. Okay? South Carolina's defense was incredible, but they were ranked number 18 in the country. But they had DJ Swearinger, and they had Jadeveon Clowney, and they had Melvin Ingram. They were fucking freaky looking for sure, right? And so I remember going to South Carolina, and dude, call a spade. I was terrified, dude. I was out there, and I was like, I mean, I'm still going to give you guys the business, but like, when you got a 3 down front, and this 6'6", 245-pound guy with dreads fucking walking like this at the line of scrimmage, like, that shit's different. That's different, right? But this is why I'm telling the story. When I played my defense, they're number 12 in the country, defensively, right? We got dudes, bro. We had 7 guys that went to the NFL off that 11 on defense, right? I play them every day. Bro, I got in their ass. And I was never afraid of them. Why? My defense was better than South Carolina's. And I asked myself that question after my career. I was like, dude, why am I not afraid of my guys? And we're better. We're literally a better defense. But I'm afraid of those guys. And I realized, like, to me, it's because once you know people, you know that they're just like you, and that they have weaknesses too, and that they have things that they're not good at. So Andre Howell, even though he's a second-round corner, and he was an incredible football player, led the league in interceptions for a year up in the NFL, it's like, I know he doesn't like to flip his hips. I know his eyes are in the backfield. I know things about Dre that I don't know about DJ Swearinger. What's my point? Go familiarize yourself with the opponent. Modern day. Do they have a lot of guys coming back this year? Do they not? Are their coaches the same? Watch an interview. Read an article. Get to know them. Get to know them. Some of these big, bad dudes in every locker room, dog, you watch an interview and you realize they're not even that big and bad. They look like that, but they're not even like that. They're not even like that. They're a buttoned up good boy just like you. Just like you. So my objective was really to familiarize myself with the opponent on Sunday so I feel like I know the vibe of the team that I'm going to play that week. On Monday, I'm going to watch a normal downs cut up. Okay, when we talk about normal downs is always where I start. Why is normal downs where I start? It's first and second down. First and second down is going to be more of their base defense. Base defense. We get into third down, they're going to play a different style of defense based on the situation. So I don't want to watch tape and have first and second down bleed into third down as I'm watching. Because if I'm just watching all of it, I don't realize that on third down, these guys are 75% man, and on first and second down, they're 80% zone. If I just watch it all together, I'll think, oh, it's 50-50. It's not 50-50. Normal downs, they're playing zone. Third down, they're playing man. Right? So that's why I like to separate. So I'd like to meet with my offensive coordinator, obviously, and then in college, like, I'm going to watch their coverages, like what their coverages are. On Tuesday, I'm going to complete watching the coverage tape. Now we get into third downs in my preparation. So now I go third down. So first and second down, third down. Then we go to Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to finish watching third down. Now I get into red zone. So that's the order in which I like to watch things. First and second down, third down, red zone. Ironically, that's how practice is structured in college as well. Is Monday or Tuesday, depending what day you practice, that's going to be your normal down base stuff that you guys are doing that week. Of course, bro. Of course. Third down is going to be on Wednesday or Tuesday, depending on your schedule. And then you'll have red zone on Thursday. So I don't want to study all of it at the same time. I go piece by piece. By the time I get to Thursday, we're ready to rock and roll. Okay? Then Friday, it's a big thing for me. It's just, if you do this is a lot of shit. You look up here, that's a lot of shit. Like, why would I do that to my guys? I do that because look at Friday and look at Saturday. for you guys this year. If you wake up on Friday morning nervous in a way that is still needing to figure something out, you didn't prepare properly. I didn't say not be nervous. Like, we have the juice. Like, of course, bro, it's game day. Like, I'm going to feel some shit for sure. But, like, if you feel nervous, meaning like, I don't think that I'm fully equipped to go do this the way I need to. Like, you didn't prepare properly. So for my guys, like, dude, Friday night at dinner, as long as our head coach wasn't watching, we were laughing and shooting the shit. We were talking, bro. We were cool. Tom Brady said in an interview the other day, he was like, because Colin Cowherd was like, with Bill Belichick, like, did you ever have to tell him, like, yo, we need to relax, dude, like, before a game because guys are tight? He's like, the opposite. He's like, the opposite. We worked so hard and we're so tight from Monday to Saturday that he's like, Sunday? Dude, we were smiling. It's time to go play, right? So your preparation is what breeds the ability to walk into this confidently, and that's how we prepare. And again, I can send all this to you. Show you guys this just because, like, SEC football players, some of the best in the country. Tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles. Kelly's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Drew Lock, quarterback for the Giants. Doing all the same stuff that you guys did with me. Doing all the same stuff that you guys have done with me. Talking about flow state. There's Drew Lock's flow state deal right there. Right? He's a hell of a lot different than me, I'll tell you that. Where that red circle is, like, I was on the other side. I was that perfectionist type of guy. This is KJ. This is Patrick Mahomes. This is Drew Lock. When he's out of whack, he's like too laid back, too calm. Shit, I don't even know what too laid back or too calm means. I don't even know what that means. I'm on the other side, freaking out. Okay? Obviously, we'll talk about flow tonight, but just want you guys to know that all the stuff that you guys are doing with us, it's all the stuff that all these guys have done too. All the stuff that I wish I had a coach that did it with me. Okay? Setting goals. Okay? We're going to talk about confidence, obviously. Okay? But the foundation of confidence through like a psychological lens is the experience of self-transcendence. What self-transcendence means is we are witnessing us performing better than where we were at previously. That's the foundation of confidence. There's a lot more to it, obviously, but Alton, how much were you benching when you started with Locked In?
125.
And what are you benching now?
225.
So it'd be pretty stupid for him to think that he didn't get stronger, right? The guy literally went up 100 pounds. It's like, it's the foundation of why he's smiling more and fucking feels himself a little bit more. Like, for sure, he's done the work. He's grown. He's witnessed that growth. So the reason that I say it is a lot of our goals are like to go to college on scholarship or to go to the NFL. It's like, bro, how long is the NFL away for anyone in this room? Like, the minimum would be like 6 years. The minimum. So imagine setting a goal that you can't accomplish for another 6 years. I think that feels in next year or the year after that or the year after that. Okay, like, that's why we're breaking your shit down by the pound. You know what I mean? Yeah, we've been climbing together just pound by pound by pound by pound by pound. Now we're in a fucking pretty good place. And now it's like, we're still on it, pound by pound, setting short-term goals and long-term goals. Because short-term goals are going to allow me to track where I'm at and to feel confident about the fact that I'm growing. As opposed to me, I was like, dude, college scholarship. Like, that's what I want. College scholarship. That's what I want. College scholarship. That's what I want. I felt like I didn't do shit in high school. And I did a lot in high school. A lot in high school. So, what it takes to be an NFL quarterback, I think that this is a really cool slide just to look at. Okay, you don't need to read the bottom. I'd prefer not to. Right here. Okay, this was done 3 years ago. Okay, the average NFL quarterback ideal. So first I'll say this, that this document I had a really cool job. I was the director of character and cultural development while I was the quarterback coach. So when all these scouts would come in from all these NFL organizations, they wanted to meet with me because I had a relationship with all of our players. So they'd come in, they'd sit down on my chair in my office, and they'd start chopping it up with me. And they'd start asking me all these questions. I befriended a guy from the Jets, the Patriots, the Raiders, a couple others. And I started asking him, like, dude, can I, like, see your shit? Can I see like what you guys are looking for? And a few of them were like, absolutely. Dude, I have the whole New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, how they scout every single position. I can show it to you, but like, dude, this is just me pretty much paraphrasing what all 4 of those said together. So NFL quarterback ideals, and this was like 3 years ago, the position's getting shorter, is 6'2", 220, a 4'8", in the 40. Many people in the past used to think it was like 6'4", 6'5", like all that. This is the number of quarterbacks. Again, this was 2018 or 19, so yeah, a little longer now. Getting old. But this is where the quarterback breakdowns were. So when you look at like the number of NFL quarterbacks is 77. How many are 6'5" and taller? 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", 6 foot or shorter. That has drastically gone up, down here, and gone down here. Why do you guys think that is? Why would the NFL want shorter quarterbacks than before?
I think it's just how the position is played.
Absolutely. The position is completely
Look
evolved.
at the QBs from 20 years ago to today. You see them doing the shit that Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, and that they're doing?
Absolutely
No.
no chance.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Or what I like to say, and we'll continue to talk about this, but like, to me, the number one quality of a quarterback from a physical standpoint today is how many ways they can beat you.
Yeah.
How many ways can they beat you? So I've banged on Brock Purdy way too much, but it's just the Super Bowl. I was like, dude, like, who in their right mind thinks that Brock Purdy is about to beat Patrick Mahomes? It's going to come down to the last drive of the game, for sure. And you have to stop Patrick Mahomes 4 times or Brock Purdy 4 times. Come on, bro. Come on. Mahomes can beat you with his legs. He can beat you with his arm from anywhere. He can too beat you with his mind. He can beat you in so many different ways. Brock, I love Brock Purdy, but it better be on time and the guy better be open because he ain't doing any of that other shit. And to win the Super Bowl, you got to. Like, that's why Lamar. Look at Lamar. Look at Josh Allen. Look at, all these guys. The new wave, dude. The new wave. It's just, it can beat you multiple ways. Why was Caleb Williams the first pick in the draft?
And it's here to stay.
And it's here to stay. And that should be exciting for all of you guys. Because none of you are, gigantic, 6'5", freaking Joe Flacco's, like, that's not it. Anyway, and then they're right up. We'll never take a quarterback with a low test score that is not capable of leading a team. Without mentioning size and speed, we must first answer the mental and leadership question completely before giving them a high grade. If the quarterback is inaccurate, this will hurt his chances of getting a high grade on our draft board. Just so you guys are aware, accuracy is the number one question that everybody asks me. Accuracy. Not arm strength, not strength in the weight room, not any of it. It was accuracy, always. And it was accuracy in the cold, it was accuracy in the hot, it was accuracy indoors, it was accuracy outdoors, it was all of it. It was, does the ball go where this guy wants it to go? And I think a big part of that too is tempoing the football. Because I think we've improved as a national quarterback community in terms of force production through rotation. I think a lot of guys are throwing better than they have in the past. How many guys can throw a 2-ball on a corner that's layered properly? Very few. How many guys can check down a drag and take pace off the ball? Many are still throwing the drag like that, still bringing the juice on a drag. It's like that. A, that's a hard fucking ball to catch. B is how about your running backs? Running backs don't have hands for the most part, and you're gonna throw a brick to them on a check down? Come on, right? The quarterback must be a winner and been able to have success above what the offense he is playing in's talent level may be. It would be difficult for a small school quarterback to get a good grade unless he can play well in the postseason. And that's changing now too, because I'm watching Division I college football start recruiting Division II and Division III quarterbacks now. Because I would rather have a guy that I know can play, because these guys suck at evaluating. So most of the 4 stars, 5 stars that they bring in suck. And then they look at who's out there that can play. I want to see some tape of who can play. I tell all you guys, like, if you're not being recruited as like a high 3-star, or a 4-star, 5-star kid, bro, you should very, very strongly look into going to a D1 AA, D2, or D3 school and having the opportunity to potentially play earlier at a school where you like the coaches and the environment and watch your ass jump up and be in D1 ball. And that's not even the priority, because you guys know for me, like, it's all about just becoming your best self. So I've noticed that my D2 and D3 quarterbacks are having a 10 times better experience than even Brady Cook. Like, and that's just because of the nature of it. There's a lot to that. But quarterback checklist. So these are questions they're asking me and asking themselves about you. Does he live at the facility? He must be the hardest working player on the team. Does he watch tape? How many times must he watch tape before he knows it? How does he handle the rhythm of a game? He must be thick-skinned. It's extremely important. How many times does he come from behind to lead his team to a win? When does he turn the ball over? What are his cold weather ball habits? What's his eye level like during the game? Beasley, that's what I was talking about, right? What's his eye level like during the game? Is he quick-minded? We want quick-minded quarterbacks. That doesn't mean book smart. Does he change plays at the line of scrimmage? Is there an audible system? Winners win. What was the team's record the 4 years before he was the starter, and what was it after? What were the numbers statistically before he got there, while he was there, and after he left? Can he throw touchdown passes? Inside the 5 doesn't count. That stuff just boosts your quarterback rating. What's the main coverage that he faces each week? What does he complete the highest percent of his passes against? Is he accurate in practice? Accurate in the game? We want accuracy. What's his third down quarterback rating? Can he make plays on critical downs? What was his high school's win-loss record with him? Was he the best athlete at his high school? What do his teammates say about him when they're off the record? Can he respond and come back quicker after taking a big hit? What's his body language like after being hit? Quarterbacks that have a favorite ball are very scary. Pay attention to the ball. You should be able to spin anything. Okay? Do you have any questions about any of those things on there? Any of them? Nice. We'll talk coverages later and watch tape later. Now, do you guys have any questions for me, just in general? Like, whatever, quarterback coach, all that bullshit. Like, just what do you want to know, if anything? Specific to you, can be about college, can be about recruiting, can be about anything that you got free access to me, just anything.
You know, like, how much they want you to lift in, like, each category, like squat, bench, clean? I don't know if they do it.
They're not going to care about how much you lift in anything. What they're going to care about is, can you do everything they need you to do? So, like, what I would say is that your teammates are going to care about that probably more than they even do. It's about getting to the place where they know that they can trust you. So, like, when I walked in at Wyoming, like, I knew, bro, if I wanted to start as a true freshman, that I was going to have to look different and feel different to be able to do that. They didn't go, damn, you do a lot of bench press. Like, you can kick ass on the bench and you can kick ass on the squat. What they watched was they watched me perform well in all lifts. And they watched me go out on the field and whoop juniors and seniors' ass in conditioning and shit. And they went, he's ready. Like, that's what it is. So in that capacity, Alton, what I say is, like, it's more about not having a deficiency. Like, this guy wants to keep getting bigger, and Brody, you've kicked ass. I love you. You've done a hell of a job, okay? But I'm on his ass because I'm like, you're slow. You're slow. And it's like, you're a very good thrower of the football, very strong, very good frame, and he wants to get stronger. And I'm like, dude, this fucking game is going to force you to run outside zone and take off. This game is going to force you to do that. So it's more about not having a deficiency You're strong enough. You throw it well enough. You're smart enough. I hope the offense you play in keeps you there. But the reason I'm such a dick to you is because I know how capable you are of making that a part of your game too. That's why I say it. So I look at it that way. It's like you could go in there and squat 700 pounds, right? And deadlift 500 pounds. But if you can't bench the bar, that's going to be a problem. It's more about the deficiency than anything. And you're well on your way. You're doing a really good job, bro. You're going into your sophomore year at how much you weigh?
175.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. So you just need to keep doing what you're doing and just keep improving there. Other questions?
When you were the QB coach at Missouri, like how do you find your recruits?
Yeah, so I had a spreadsheet that I did. I like to do it a lot more personally than most people do. What most will do is they'll go copy the top 150 quarterbacks on 247 Sports, right? Then they'll dig through like 3 or 4 other recruiting services that they have where they'll take a gigantic pool of names, more or less. They're going to probably watch anywhere from 200 to 400 quarterbacks in the country. Like, that's what they're going to watch. I would probably watch about 300 every year.